Hi everyone, Ron Mason from RWM Guitars, and welcome to the 5th episode of my build for the Great Guitar Build-Off 2021. Today I will be going through the finishing process of the body. I will be using a whole new process and I'm really excited about it, so come along and check out how it turns out. First I need to prep the guitar body to get it ready for finish. This part of my process has not changed. I sand the body using my random orbit sander, my spindle sander, and some hand sanding. I sand the body starting with 120 grit sandpaper, then I move up to 220 grit, and finally finish sanding with 320 grit. At the end of this process, the body is nice and smooth and ready for the next step. The next step is to wet the body down with water to raise the grain. The wood will get rough to the touch. This is the fibers in the wood swelling from the water. Once the body is dry, I sand it one last time with 320 grit sandpaper and make it smooth to the touch. This process prevents the grain from raising when applying the first coat of finish. Before applying the first coat of finish, I wipe down the guitar body to remove all dust. You can use a tack cloth to do this, but I find a Swiffer dust cloth works well. The Swiffer is soft so it will not scratch the wood, and the dust sticks to it like a magnet. I apply the finish using a sponge brush. I like using a sponge brush because it gives me more control than a regular brush and allows me to apply the finish in thin coats. The type of finish I use is General Finishes water-based poly. I let the finish dry for about 15 minutes and then apply another thin coat. I will apply as many as 3 coats in one session. I will then let it dry overnight before I apply any more coats. I usually apply between 10 to 12 coats for each build. Between coats, I will hand sand the finish with 600 grit sandpaper to remove any imperfections and level the finish. Usually I would wet sand, but in my new process I am dry sanding the finish. On the final coat, I will sand the whole body several times, starting with 600 grit, working my way to 5000 grit. This makes the finish very smooth and ready for polish. I apply the polish with a soft cotton cloth. I'm using StewMax Preservation Polish. I wait for it to haze up and then I buff the body using my electric buffer with a soft polishing pad, ending up with a nice smooth finish with a beautiful soft luster. Here are some pictures of the finished body. I am really happy with the results of this new finishing process. The finish is silky smooth. It has a nice little shine to it, if you can see that in the light. I still can feel the grain. It really came out nice. Until next time, have a great day and take care.